A 2-month internal investigation into explosive allegations against Ohio's longest-serving mayor, Gary Starr of Middleburg Heights, is expected to be released tonight. The investigator, Tom Meyer, has been on top of this story since day one and joins us now with the latest. Tom, good evening.
Hey, Russ. It's been a rough couple months for Mayor Gary Starr. He's been sued by his former police chief and his former assistant. He's been accused of racial and sexual discrimination and harassment. And he's come under fire for possible misuse of tax dollars and for hiring a safety director who lived in North Carolina while holding the Middleburg Heights position.
Middleburg Heights City Council had decided they needed help to look into all the allegations against the mayor. They hired outside lawyer Joe Diemert to conduct an investigation that examined a laundry list of items, including why were portions of public documents blacked out regarding the lawsuit brought by former police chief John Maddox. There were also thousands of dollars that went to a consultant for unexplained services. Councilmember Tim Ali called for Mayor Starr to step down in an interview I did 2.5 weeks ago.
You need to resign immediately. There's tons of money that has been spent by the taxpayers, and we don't know what he did with it.
Starr is now defending himself in a lawsuit filed by his former assistant Patty Okar, who accuses the mayor of harassment and retaliation for opposing matters she thought were illegal. She says the mayor used the N-word to describe his interracial neighbors and bragged openly about his private parts. Mayor Starr has denied the allegations. We'll be at tonight's council meeting, which begins in less than 1 hour, Russ.
The latest at 7 and 11 tonight. Tom Meyer, thank you.